Hello everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to Creative Grandma. Today's crochet tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful 8-pointed star Christmas tree ornament. First, I'm going to show you how to make the basic background, just this little star here, and then I'm going to show you how I block it and stiffen it with Elmer's glue. And then it's up to you to figure out how you want to finish off your star and decorate it. Now this one, I chose a beautiful floral fashion ribbon flower that I found at AC Moore before they closed in their bridal section. So let me show you what I used for that. So if you want to try to find the same exact flower, these are called the Fashion Flower and Accessory by BB World. It comes in a pack of, I'd say, maybe 8. And then not much information, but this is the information on the back. I think that's the item number. If you can find BB World and use that. Oh, there's 6 in a pack, it says. So 811011WW. So I bought them a while ago. I hope you can find them. I think they're just perfect for this star. So for this project, you're going to need any size 10 crochet thread. It's 100% mercerized cotton. So the first thread I'm showing, some of my samples were made with the Aunt Lydia's Classic 10. This is a size 10, 100% mercerized cotton, and there's 400 yards in this big ball. And this is made in India. So pretty nice big size ball. Get a lot of little stars out of this one. And then I had another thread in my cabinet. So let me tell you a little bit about this one. I'm going to be using this one today in the video. So this is a J&P Coats Pearl Knit Crocheting, but anything on this line in a size 10 mercerized cotton. Now this is 88% mercerized cotton and 12% pearl filament. So let me take the wrapper off since I told you what it was. And again, I've seen the white thread with silver metallic. I've seen it with gold. So all kinds of possibilities when you're making these ornaments. So let me get this up close. Can you see that iridescent? Let me see if I can get it under the light. You can kind of see it here. It's just ever so slight, but it's just really glittery. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but I just think it would be really pretty. There it is. I hope it's showing up so you can see it. Just a really pretty glitter to that thread. So this is the one I'm going to be using. You're also going to need a US B1 or a 2.25 millimeter hook. So you don't need much thread to make these. You can get quite a bit out of a ball. So grab your thread, grab your hook, and let's get started. Now because my table is white and I'm working with really fine thread, I put a piece of fabric underneath my work so you could see it a little bit better. So I'm sorry if that's distracting. I just don't think you'll see it if I'm doing this on a white table. So I already have my yarn attached to my hook. Now I can't get any closer because the closer I get to the camera, the more it gets out of focus. So I'm trying to get as close as I can to where you can see me because again, this is really fine thread. We're going to begin and chain 6. Yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. That creates your first chain. Yarn over, pull through. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I may be a little slow because again, I have a hard time working with thread with my eyesight. So let's go slow and we'll get our little stars made. Now we're going to join in the 6th chain from hook. So we're going to skip the first 5 chain, insert into the 6th chain or the last chain and slip stitch. Yarn over, pull through that chain and pull through the loop on your hook. And then we just have a little ring and we're going to be working right in the center of that little ring. To begin round 1, you're going to chain 1, and the chain 1 will not count as a stitch. we're going to work 24 half double crochet into the center of this ring and around the ring. So let's begin. You're going to yarn over, insert right into the center of that ring, work a half double crochet. Yarn over, pull through that ring. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. You just made a half double crochet. I'll show you one more time. Yarn over, insert back into the center of that same ring, work a half double crochet, yarn over, pull through that ring. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That is 2 of 24. Yarn over, insert back into the center of that ring, work a half double crochet. That's 3 of 24. Yarn over, insert back into the center of that ring, work a half double crochet. That's 4 of 24. So go ahead and continue and work 20 more half double crochet around, and when you get to the end of round 1 you should have 24 half double crochet. I'll meet you at the end of round 1. I'm over at the end of round 1. You should have a total of 24 half double crochet around, and you probably had to keep pulling these back to add more stitches until you got those 24 on there. It's pretty tight. So now we're going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch into the top of that beginning half double crochet. So you may have to pull your stitches back to see that first stitch. Now you're going to have your chain 1 here. You're going to ignore that. That did not count as a stitch. And you want to go up here to this first half double crochet. You're going to insert under the top 2 loops. So grab that front loop, go underneath the back loop, make sure you have both loops, and then slip stitch. Yarn over, pull through that stitch, and pull through the loop on your hook. Round 1 is finished. So now I'm just going to clip this end off because I already worked over that end and I don't want it to distract you. So I'm just going to fasten that off and clip that off. And now we're ready to begin round 2. For round 2, we're going to begin and chain 1, and again, the chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to work a half double crochet into the same joining stitch. Yarn over, insert back into that same joining stitch, work a half double crochet. I wish I could get my camera up closer because, like I said, the closer I get, the more it gets out of focus. So I'm trying to keep it so it's as clear as possible. So I hope everyone can see this. We're going to chain 1. So now we're going to start our repeat, very simple repeat for this round. We're going to yarn over, insert into the very next stitch, work a half double crochet. You're going to chain 1, and that is the end of the repeat. So all you're going to do is half double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, half double crochet into the next stitch, and chain 1, and we're going to repeat that around. So let's continue. Yarn over, insert into that next stitch, going under the top 2 loops, work a half double crochet, chain 1, and that is the end of the repeat. So let's do it a couple more times. You're going to yarn over, insert into the next stitch, work a half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet into the next stitch, chain one. And that is the end of the repeat. So go ahead, work a half double crochet into the next stitch, chain one, half double crochet into the next stitch, chain one, repeat that around, and I'll meet you at the end of round two. I'm over at the end of round two. This is what it looks like. You should have 24 half double crochet and 24 chain one spaces in between each one of those half double crochets. So this is what it looks like. And now we're just going to go up and join into the top of that beginning half double crochet. You ended with a chain one. You're going to skip that beginning chain one that's here, and you're going to go into the top two loops of that first half double crochet. Insert under the top two loops of that first half double crochet and slip stitch through that stitch and through the loop on your hook. Round two is finished. Now we're going to start round three, and round three we're going to start making our points for our star. We're going to begin and we're going to chain one. Now this beginning chain one will count as our first single crochet. We're going to single crochet into the next chain one space. Here's your next chain one space. You're going right between those two stitches underneath the chain one. Work a single crochet. So now we're getting ready to work our point. We're going to chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to skip the first three chain, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work a single crochet into that fourth chain. Insert your hook into the fourth chain from hook, work a single crochet. Now we're going to work a half double crochet into the next chain. Yarn over, insert into that next chain, work a half double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the next chain, work a double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the next chain, work a double crochet. Yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, and we're going to work a triple or a treble, however you pronounce it. Yarn over, pull through that chain. You have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops only. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. You just made a triple or treble crochet. We're going to do that again. Yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, work a triple crochet. Yarn over, pull through that chain, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. We're going to skip the next double crochet, which is here. You have to look at your stitches. Your single crochet from the previous start of that point is in the chain 1 space, so we're skipping the next double crochet. We're skipping the next chain 1 space, and we're going to do that twice. So you're going to skip the next double crochet, and you're going to skip the next chain 1 space. You're going to insert into the next half double crochet, work a single crochet. Insert into the next chain 1 space. You're going underneath the chain 1 space, work a single crochet. Now we're getting ready to start our repeat to make our points. So if you need help, this is where you're going to click back on the video to where I say this is the start of the repeat and work until I say this is the end of the repeat for each point. So let's begin. We're going to start and chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to single crochet into the 4th chain from hook. So skip 1, 2, 3, insert into the 4th chain, work a single crochet. Half double crochet into the next chain, double crochet into the next chain, double crochet into the next chain, yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, work a triple crochet. We're going to skip the next half double crochet. You're going to skip the next chain 1 space, skip the next half double crochet, skip the next chain 1 space, insert into the top of that next half double crochet, work a single crochet. Insert into the next chain 1 space. You're going right underneath the chain 1 space, work a single crochet. And that is the end of the repeat. So your second point is made. So now what you're going to do is you're going to click back on the video to where I say this is the start of the repeat for round 3, and then you're going to work until I say this is the end of the repeat. And you're going to do that 5 more times. So go ahead and make 5 more points. I'll make mine and then I'll meet you back here to work the last point and show you how to put your hanging loop on. I'm back. I made 5 more points and we have 1 to go. Now our last point is going to be made differently because we're going to add our hanging loop for the ornament. Now if you want to make this without the hanging loop, then you can just go ahead and repeat and make 1 more point if you don't want the hanging loop. So I'm going to make mine with the hanging loop. So let's go ahead and make that last point. We're going to chain 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So now since we have our 14 chains made, we're going to skip 8 chain and work a single crochet into the 9th chain from the hook. So let's begin. You're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're going to insert into that 9th chain from the hook, work a single crochet. and that creates your hanging loop. So now we're just going to finish like we did the other points. We're going to work a half double crochet into the next chain, yarn over, insert into that next chain, work a half double crochet, double crochet into the next chain, double crochet into the next chain, yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, work a triple crochet. Now we're going to skip the next half double crochet. We're going to skip the next chain one, skip the next half double crochet, skip the next chain one, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain one. And you'll see your beginning chain one right here, hiding right down there. So insert into that beginning chain one and slip stitch. So now I'm going to go ahead and fasten off, and I always leave a longer length, that way I can weave it in on the back. Now for my star, when I fasten off, I usually chain 2, but for this I'm just going to chain 1 because I don't want that big knot there. I'm just going to chain 1, pull my hook up and out, and then just pull that tight. And then we're just going to weave that into the back of our star, going through these stitches, and then bring it back a second time to secure. So I'm going to go ahead and weave in my end, and I'll be back and I'll show you how I stiffen my star. So I have my end weaved in. This is the one I just made for the video. This is using that iridescent thread where it has a little bit of glitter to it. Not sure if it's showing up on camera. Then I made a plain white one. And then I made a red, white, and green one. And then I made just a regular red and white one. So let me just set these here. So the next step is you want to have something that you can pin your 8-pointed stars on. So I just cut cardboard off of a box. And I usually use saran wrap or plastic wrap, but I don't have any, so I'm just using a plastic bag. So I'm just going to unzip it, and I'm just going to stick my cardboard in the bag. And then what you have to do is prepare your hardener. Now some people use sugar. Now I don't have that recipe. You can look that up online if you want to use the sugar and water method. They also have a fabric stiffener that you can use, but I find it doesn't really get hard enough. You got to keep redoing it. So I'm going to use Elmer's glue. So what you want to do is just get a container. I'm just using an old glass, and I'm just going to pour some Elmer's glue in my glass. Now I'm doing 4, so whoops, that's probably too much. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Some people have a formula. I just put the glue in the cup, add just a little bit of water to thin it down just a little bit, and then I stir it up. So that looks good. I just thinned it down a little bit so it's more milky instead of thick. So let me get that out of there. So I'm just going to take my first star. I'm going to take the red, white, and green one. I think it shows up a little better. I'm just going to stick it in the glue. And yes, this is a little messy. Just put it in that glue. So once you stick it in the glue, take it out and really try to get as much of that glue off of your star as you can. Just make sure it's nice and saturated. So now let me set this glue back. It's really messy. Have it someplace that, you know, if you make a mess, you have plastic or something down to protect it. And then you're going to just lay out your star. Now sometimes what I like to do, and it's a little easier than getting messy, is I like to pin it dry and then use a paintbrush and then use a paintbrush and saturate it. But this way you're getting both sides wet when you're dipping it in that cup. So let me clean my hands. And then you want to take some straight pins. So I'm just going to take my pins, and you want to go clear out to the edge of your point, put a pin in it, and then pin. And what I like to do is I like to go to the opposite side. Now this is our hanging loop here, you can tell because that's longer. So just make sure it's not twisted. Open up that hanging loop. Now sometimes I will pin 2 pins in the hanging loop just to make sure that's open when it dries so you can get your little hook in there to hang. And then I'll come to the opposite side. Make sure you're right into the edge of that point. Sorry, my hand's in the way. I'm just going to flatten this out and get it to the shape I want. And once you get it to the shape you want, put a pin in it. And then follow it over here to the opposite side. Pin. And once you get this all in place, if you don't like the position, you can change the position and get it to where it looks like it's pretty well even and evenly spaced. So my star is all pinned. I think that looks pretty good. Now here I can see I don't like how this is bent in. I'm not sure if you're seeing that. Let me pull this up. So see how here it dips in? I don't like that. So what I would do is take a pin, and you want to pull it out so it looks rounded. So you can take pins and really make sure this comes out and looks rounded, has a nice shape to it. Just bring that out so it's just a really nice round shape. Because when you press this into the glue, you're squeezing it, you're getting it all out of shape. So I don't think I need a lot of pins, but I'm just going to go ahead and go around my white any place where I see it might need adjusted. Okay, so I have it all pinned on my cardboard. I don't think that looks too bad. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with that shape. So I'm going to go ahead and pin my other ones. When I get all 4 of them done, I'll come back and show you how they look. I have all my stars pinned and glued to my plastic covered cardboard. Again, I used Elmer's glue with a little bit of water. So since I have them all pinned, they look good to me. I'm going to just let them set overnight, and I'll be back in the morning. I'll take my pins out and see how they turned out. I'm back. I left my little stars sit overnight on the cardboard, and now I'm just going to take out my pins. And sometimes when that glue dries, it depends where your pin is. It may get stuck. Just hold down on your little snowflake star and just pull it off the plastic then. So here is the first one. I'm going to zoom out and show you the other 3 I made. Now this is just for the basic pattern of making the little star. But then I thought, well, wouldn't this be cute? Maybe if you have a little snowman button, you can just glue that right into the center of one of your stars. You can just put it right there. And you can poke it through that hole and then glue the hat to it. That might be cute. Well, I have this upside down. Make sure when you're gluing anything on your star, you have the hanging loop to the top. You can glue a little snowman into the center. And then I found these little appliques. Now they're not Christmassy, but I was trying to think of ideas for you to kind of dress these up a bit. Here is a little bird applique. If you can find some appliques in your store, maybe if you're a bird lover, you can trim this little applique down and just glue the little bird onto your snowflake. I'd trim some of this off, but you could decorate it that way, finding appliques. And I know Walmart has a few, and Joann Fabrics have some. And then I found a heart button, and I thought that might be cute if you like to decorate with those country hearts. So you could put a button on it. And then I found these wedding decorations that I got at AC Moore before they closed. They just come in a big pack. And I thought this was really pretty to glue this right to the center of that star. And look how pretty that is. And you may be able to find some that have red or white or different colors to go with your theme for the holidays. So that is the crochet tutorial today for just the basic little star. It's an 8-pointed star that you can make and hang on your tree. You can decorate them in whichever way you prefer. So thank you everybody for stopping by today. I hope you had fun learning how to make the basic star, and get creative and put your own touch and decorate them to suit your Christmas theme. Happy crocheting, everyone.